the GGO football database quickly gains popularity and takes over the world. In this futuristic setting, humans often referred to as strikers train their robots to compete in a high-tech version of football. During one of the matches, a robotic player scores a goal, but the impact injures another with a brutal headshot. The damaged bot is immediately sent to the manufacturing department. Harry, a giant-looking boy, mocks the injured bot and praises the shooter for a clean hit. On the other hand, Carl and his friend Timmy challenge Harry with a bet. They claim that if Barefoot wins the next match, Harry must wear a skirt and run around the school. Meanwhile, students head to school only to discover something is off. Every computer is infected with a mysterious virus, forcing the students to retake their exams. The principal urges them to find Isaac, the school's tech genius. Isaac investigates and confirms it's just an illusion caused by the virus. Thankfully, all data is safe, so no one has to retake the exams. With that issue resolved, Carl and Timmy ask Isaac to help them win the GGO League. He refuses and walks off before things escalate. At home, Isaac meets his sister, and together they decide to consult their mentor, Barry, for guidance. They end up spending a good amount of time learning about cake and baking techniques. Later, Isaac visits Uncle Paul's shop to repair fish tanks, a task he often does. While cleaning, he gets a call that his friends need him at the GGO match because their players are injured. In the process, he discovers a suitcase containing GGO players sent by his missing father. Isaac doesn't think much about it. He takes the suitcase as a blessing and rushes to the field. Unbeknownst to him, someone spies on him from a distance, recognizing Isaac as the son of the legendary GGO football engineer. As soon as Isaac steps onto the field, his team gains confidence. He takes out Myth from the suitcase and deploys him into the match. Myth immediately proves his worth with a stellar performance. Meanwhile, the spy, Sean, scans Myth and realizes that Isaac is virtually controlling him. Myth introduces himself to his new teammates, and the match heats up. The score ties at 4-4. Following Isaac's command, Myth unleashes a powerful shot, securing the win. The bet is now a piece of cake. Harry tries to escape the consequences, but Isaac throws a slipper at him and forces him to honor the bet. Later, Isaac sits in his room, staring at the GGO football suitcase. Memories flood in his father building robotic players and GGO football becoming a global sensation. Then, one day, his father left to buy milk, and never came back. At school, his friends are preparing for the national GGO football tournament. His sister is now the manager of Barefoot. But first, they must win regionals, yet only one team from each region qualifies. Isaac declines to play, stating he only participated to understand Myth's special abilities. Carl and Timmy press further, but Isaac clarifies that it wasn't a comeback. Timmy wonders if Myth is one of his father's latest creations, but Isaac isn't sure. Uncle Paul gave it to him. Meanwhile, two players talk about Isaac's skills and natural talent. Isaac calls Uncle Paul and asks him to check for any emails from his father. They find one requesting Mr. Paul to help a man named Mr. Coleman with the best GGO controller for the world tournament, and to give him Myth. Later, Isaac shows Mr. Paul the email and claims he's ready to help his father in this mission. He then informs his friends that he'll join them in the regionals. Isaac and his team officially register for the tournament, but nerves kick in since their opponent has only lost 37 matches and has high experience. Still, Isaac remains confident, believing that talent should be the only factor that matters. Elsewhere, Sean acts overconfident, knowing he'll face Isaac tomorrow and win for sure. At the same time, Isaac and Myth discuss the unique strength of robots. They're free from feelings and judgment. With Isaac's tactics and Myth's skills, they can be a powerful duo. Once the match day arrives, Sean steps out of his car to a wild crowd. He introduces himself to Isaac, and both teams take their positions. The referee throws the coin and Barefoot wins the toss and selects kickoff. Isaac directs Myth to go on the offensive. Yet, his attacks amount to nothing as the other team's defense is rock solid. In the end, Dynamo scores the first goal, putting Team Perseus in the lead. As the match progresses, Myth runs upfield and attempts a goal from the same position. However, all of his efforts go down the drain, upsetting many who had high hopes for Barefoot. Little by little, their goalkeeper Rain begins to fall in front of Team Perseus's offensive strategy. In the end, Dynamo scores again, securing the win for his team. Despite the loss, Isaac remains hopeful that here's still one more chance in the upcoming rematch. After that loss, the team decides to get back to their training. Isaac and Myth strategize to keep targeting the upper left corner of the goal. Not only that, Isaac also instructs Myth to study Shadow's weaknesses. All of these instructions from his striker encourage Myth to continue practicing, and improve his accuracy. Meanwhile, Kat visits Aunt Betty to bake a cake to boost team morale. She realizes that not being on the team doesn't mean she can't help them win. Later, as the team plans for the next match, but tensions rise as Carl disagrees with Isaac's strategy of repeatedly targeting the same spot. Eventually, Timmy tries to come with a solution that will take both their suggestions into account. Yet, his casual attempts fail miserably. Luckily, Kat interrupts the argument with her cake. Once the fight dies down, Kat notices that both Isaac and Sean share the same passion for the game. She thinks if they ever teamed up, they'd be unstoppable. But despite these thoughts and the cake, Carl storms off to practice alone. Meanwhile, Sean shares a heartfelt conversation with his friend. He reveals that he's never faced someone like Isaac before. At the same time, back at home, Isaac dances with joy, seemingly having figured out the key to winning. Myth joins in without hesitation, yet he is clueless about why they're dancing like monkeys. The next morning, both teams gather at the field ready to dominate the match. However, soon, they notice that Carl isn't present on the scene. If he doesn't come before the matches starts, then they risk disqualification. But luckily, Carl arrives on time and saves the team. As the match begins, Isaac chooses to kick off and go on the offensive. Team Perseus adopts a defensive strategy to confront them head-on. Still, Barefoot gradually moves upfield with Isaac guiding his team every move. During this time, Myth hides himself amongst the other players waiting for his moment to strike. Soon, the opportunity presents itself and Myth aims for the upper left corner. Yet for some reason he keeps missing his signature shots. This forces Carl's robot satellite to gain control of the ball and performs a gravity-dripping technique. Not only does he get praise for the move from Carl, Satellite passes the ball to Myth, meaning Isaac now owes him big time. Unfortunately, the pass is intercepted by Perseus, who then gives the ball to Dynamo to unleash a powerful shot and score a goal. Despite Dynamo's impressive goal, Isaac keeps a level head and focuses on his next move. For the time being, he switches the team to defensive mode. Still, whatever Isaac suggests, Smith relentlessly continues to target the upper left corner in order to prove himself. Eventually, one of his attempts is brutally stopped by the other team's goalkeeper. This is when Carl urges Isaac for a strategy change. But Isaac refuses, as he believes that this is the only way to victory. Once the sun suddenly shines through, Carl and Isaac make a bet. If Isaac loses, he'll stop targeting that same spot. But if he wins, Carl must fully trust him. During this time, all of Barefoot team members stand in peril, wondering who to support. But Timmy and Kat stay confident in Isaac's ability to win. For this to work, Isaac needs the team to create an opening for Myth. And when everything falls into place, Myth seizes the moment and scores with his special move, finally beating Sean's robot goalkeeper Shadow for the first time. With that all moment, everyone is left speechless, but the referee blows his whistle to signal the end of the first half and bring them back to Earth. During the break time, Isaac explains that he discovered sunlight reflects off a building, creating a blinding glare at the upper left corner. When he noticed this, he wanted to exploit the weather conditions in his favor. Unbeknownst to them, Sean overhears this explanation and is impressed by Isaac's insight. In the second half, Isaac calls for an aggressive approach. He wants to use satellite dribbling to move upfield and Myth's shooting power to take the match. Team Perseus copies Isaac's tactic, but Barefoot defends brilliantly. Eventually, Sean grows tired of the tit-for-tat battle amongst the two teams. He instructs Cobra and Nucleus to go on the offensive, scoring another goal. Despite the sudden change in match-winning favorites, Isaac stays calm, knowing he has over 20 more tricks to win the match. Naturally, Carl and Timmy ask for details, but as always Isaac chooses to stay silent. With 5 minutes left on Cloak, Isaac decides to shift the plan. This sudden change in momentum allows Myth to score again, tying the game at 2-2. In the end, the referee calls for a penalty shootout to determine the winner. Still, it won't be a win that both Isaac or Sean can be proud of. In the meantime, Isaac trusts Carl with the coin toss, as his unlimited luck never runs out when it comes to choosing heads or tails. Just as expected, he comes out on top and chooses to play on their sunny side. This tells Sean that they want to exploit Shadow's weakness to sunlight to score goals. However, before the first penalty begins, Isaac recalls that he needs a strong teammate for the upcoming matches. He walks towards Sean to discuss the idea, and in the end both of them agree to join hands. Afterward, Sean drops his friend Emmett off at the airport, but before leaving, she questions Sean's decision to team up with Team Barefoot. For a moment, this even forces him to rethink his choices in life. However, soon, Sean replies that he's impressed with Isaac's chemistry and believes they can create some serious buzz together. Later, when Sean says goodbye to his former teammates, Mr. Glenn picks up Team Barefoot and drops them off at Sean's mansion. For some strange reason, the tension rises between Isaac and Sean, as they are fond of making fun of each other. However, despite that, Carl and Timmy are amazed by the GGO football arena, but Isaac obviously acts like it's not a big deal. Eventually, everyone realizes they must now decide on a name, uniform, and other essentials. After some debate, everyone agrees on Barefoot as the team name. Sean takes charge of the uniform design and reveals that their first match is against Team Mira. Elsewhere, Mike, the controller of Team Mira, builds a wall during training to increase his stamina. A few minutes later, his headmaster appears and rants about the school's history of losing tournaments. Mike reveals that he has registered the team for the GGO tournament under the school's name, and if they win, his dreams will come true. Back at Sean's place, he consults Mr. Glenn for uniform ideas. The process of finalizing the designs teaches him about the bonds that Barefoot has with each other. He realizes that this is the reason his team couldn't defeat Barefoot like the rest. During this time, Carl notices that Isaac is worried about something. When Carl asks what's wrong, Isaac confesses he's unsure who should lead the team, him or Sean. At that moment, Sean arrives and reveals the team's logo, and Kat brings in the uniforms, which leaves everyone impressed. However, tension returns as Sean and Isaac clash over who should be team leader. Naturally, the entire team is torn apart, as both of them are great players in their own respect. However, in the end, the team decides to leave the situation untouched. A few days later, the National GGO Tournament's opening ceremony begins, and all rules are explained. During the event, Sean and Isaac argue once again, but instead of fighting over the captain position, both of their philosophies of the game clashes with each other. Yet, they are forced to stop and focus on the match, and soon the battle between Team Barefoot and Team Mira begins with the referee's signal for a coin toss. Being the temporary captain of Barefoot, Isaac calls the toss and picks heads. With a strand of good luck, Team Barefoot wins the toss, and to everyone's surprise, Sean, who has always been a defensive player, chooses to attack left. Still, things don't go as planned, as both Sean and Isaac issue contradictory instructions to all of the robot playing on the field. Isaac tells Myth and Shadow to rush and score, while Sean insists they take control of the ball and play the long game. This mixed direction throws the team off, allowing Team Mirror to steal the ball twice and nearly score. Luckily, Shadow's outstanding defense capabilities helps prevent disaster. In the end, Isaac is forced to regroup and rethink his approach. He takes a brief moment to think and orders the team to support Myth in launching an aggressive attack. Although Myth and Satellite coordinate well, Team Mirror's defense holds firm. Team Mirror displays better coordination and passing, leading to the first goal of the match. Tensions rise as Sean scolds Isaac for rushing the game. Their constant power struggle forces them to compromise, agreeing that each will lead one half of the match. The first half is led by Sean, but his defensive style of play costs them multiple scoring opportunities. Isaac begins to regret splitting leadership. He thinks that his decision of inviting Sean into Barefoot might be their downfall. Still, Carl and Timmy urge Isaac to focus on teamwork instead of control. The second half begins with Isaac at the helm. He opts for a fully offensive strategy, which is the complete opposite of Sean. But Team Mirror unveils a new tactic known as the illusion attack. It is something that freezes Team Barefoot, leaving them unable to react. Thinking fast, Isaac tells the team to mark each other so the opponents can't create their mirror effect. This plan works wonders for the team, allowing Myth to score and tie the game at 1-1. The game intensifies as Mike switches tactics again. This time, he increases the ball's speed, making it too fast to control. Even the best-known defensive player in GGO football, Shadow, struggles to intercept Mike's passes. The shift in momentum allows Team Mirror to score as another goal, bringing the score to 2-1. To counter this strategy, Isaac urges his team to stay alert and push harder. Fired up, Myth attempts a risky move and commits a foul. Sean disapproves but is bound by their leadership deal. The foul gives Team Mirror time to regroup and score once more. With 2 back-to-back goals, Team Mirror secures the win. Frustration boils over as Isaac and Sean argue. Isaac criticizes Sean's defensive mindset, while Sean accuses Isaac of being recklessly offensive. Later, Isaac visits Uncle Paul, who slaps and scolds him for acting immature and arguing mid-game. Meanwhile, Sean reflects with Mr. Glenn, wondering if joining Team Barefoot was a mistake. Mr. Glenn encourages him to keep going. Soon after, a man with maroon hair takes Isaac to his master, who tries to pressure Isaac into selling Myth. Isaac refuses outright, warning the man not to cross him. Isaac then visits Sean. The two apologize and agree to understand each other better and truly play as a team. Following their reconciliation, Sean and Isaac start working on strategy for their next match. Sean points out that their opponents have over 68 shooting attempts in just 6 games, showcasing strong offensive capability. Isaac notes the opposing controller's age, suspecting there's more to his story. Meanwhile, Philip, the controller of Team Hornet, reminisces about his son, Van. As he trains for the upcoming match, he tells his manager to ensure media coverage. He wants his comeback to be public knowledge and hopes to reconnect with his son. Back with Team Barefoot, strategy discussions continue. Carl and Timmy are clearly impressed by Isaac and Sean's combined tactical knowledge. Later, Sean opens up about his family. His mother has been playing music in Vinaya for 2 years. His father wants him to take over the family business, while his mother dreams of him becoming a musician. Sean reveals he plans to quit GGO after this tournament to follow his mother's path. This news visibly upsets Kat. Finally, match day arrives. Team Barefoot is stunned by the influence Philip has over the crowd and media. Match day begins, and Team Barefoot is again surprised by the crowd's strong support for Philip. After winning the toss, Team Barefoot chooses to attack left. Mr. Philip is determined to win and make headlines across the country. Team Hornet starts with smooth coordination and quick passes. Sean tells his team to stay calm and activate the nucleus's special powers. However, Philip's triangle formation proves effective. Team Barefoot struggles to hold their ground. Shadow is too late to defend the first goal, but Dynamo steps in just in time. Still, Team Hornet pushes forward and scores again. On the sidelines, Isaac, Carl, and Sean quickly reevaluate their strategy. Watching from afar, Philip quietly wishes his son could see him play, hoping to make him proud. This touching moment helps Isaac, and the team understands why Philip is playing in the GGO at his age. It's another sunny morning, and Isaac is fast asleep. His aunt yells at him to get up and help, or else he's getting a diet meal. Begrudgingly, he heads out to assist her. While waiting for a boy to collect a cake order, Isaac tags along with him. Along the way, the boy finds out that Isaac is the controller of Team Barefoot. His expression shifts, he suddenly panics and runs off. Isaac, clueless about the strange reaction, is left scratching his head. Later, Team Barefoot gears up to face their next opponents, the Armored Five, a team known for its unbreakable defensive formations. The 5 brothers who lead the team gather to plan their strategy. A tie might be enough to keep them alive in the tournament, and they're determined to make it happen. Meanwhile, fluctuations start appearing in the myth system that Isaac has been working on. Sean advises him to connect with his father to sort it out. That evening, the team gathers to discuss their next match against Team Armor. Isaac and Sean are impressed by the team's strong defense and reputation. Sean proposes a deceptive strategy to lull the opponents into lowering their guard before striking back. While out cycling, Isaac and Sean discuss game plans and how losing would be utterly embarrassing. Suddenly, they hear someone drowning nearby and rush to rescue him. To their surprise, it's the same boy from earlier, the one who collected the cake. They bring him to Uncle Paul's shop, where he finally opens up. The boy reveals that he's the younger brother of the Armored Five and often forced to support them. He admits to being dragged around and treated unfairly, even though his brothers are good players. Touched by his story, Isaac and Sean offer to train him, giving him a new sense of hope. That night, he receives a call from Carl and Timmy saying that something's gone wrong. The next morning, the team regroups. Sean playfully teases Isaac about being afraid of Titans, but Isaac shifts the focus, asking about Oscar's training progress. Kat appreciates Sean's gesture, but Carl strongly disapproves of helping a rival. As the match begins, Sean reminds everyone that Team Armor's defense is like steel. Breaking through will require more energy. He urges them to play in a way that makes their opponents fall, so the ball bounces back in Barefoot's favor. On the other end, Team Armor's controllers instruct their players to keep Myth in check and stop him from scoring. Despite multiple attempts, Myth fails to get the ball past their wall-like defense. Team Armor snatches every opportunity, and Satellite's shots also miss the mark. The controllers of Team Barefoot grow visibly frustrated as their star players fail to deliver. The match continues with Satellite attempting a powerful shot. The controllers of Team Armor order their players to maintain a solid defensive line for the rest of the game. Tension builds, Carl is losing hope, but Sean encourages him to trust the plan. The players rally behind one another, determined to break through. Team Armor executes precise passes, keeping the ball out of Barefoot's reach. Eventually, Barefoot starts blocking their advances and manages to pass the ball more effectively. Sean and Isaac then introduce a new tactic, pin shots, which allow players to strike even when blocked. Myth taps into his full potential and scores a goal, giving the team a much-needed morale boost. Team Armor is caught off guard. They didn't expect such a comeback. Even Oscar's brothers acknowledge their younger sibling's efforts and begin cheering for him. The second half kicks off with Team Armor controlling the ball, but Shadow intercepts and shuts down their play. Barefoot regains possession and passes to Satellite, who makes an attempt but narrowly misses. Despite Shadow's efforts, Team Armor scores again, raising the pressure on Team Barefoot. As the match heats up, Myth seizes another opportunity but is pushed down, resulting in a foul. Team Barefoot is awarded a penalty and Myth is the one to steps up for the kick. With unwavering focus, he lands the penalty and secures a dramatic win for Team Barefoot. After the match, both teams exchange respectful greetings. Oscar thanks Isaac for helping him find confidence. Even one of his brothers expresses gratitude to Sean for training Oscar. But just as things calm down, two boys suddenly fire shots into the air, introducing themselves as the controllers of a team known as Magical Illusion. Team Barefoot begins analyzing videos of Magical Illusion's past matches. It becomes obvious that their rivals often interfere with the electronic referee system to cheat. Despite these revelations, Team Barefoot decides to stick to their principles. They'll play fair no matter what. As the match begins, Magical Illusion wastes no time using aggressive moves and dirty tricks to rattle Barefoot. Physical fouls, trash talk, and intentional disruptions, all part of their strategy. But Isaac and his teammates refuse to stoop to their level. Instead, they stay focused and united. Even when tempers flare, Isaac reminds the team, success built on deception is meaningless. His leadership helps them stay grounded. Near the end of the match, Team Barefoot shows true teamwork. Through clean, coordinated plays, they manage to score, proving that integrity and collaboration always win in the end. Team Barefoot wins the toss and chooses to kick off. Myth and Satellite coordinate well in the opening moves. However, Magical Illusion's dirty tactics begin immediately. One of their players covers the referee while another injures Satellite, unnoticed by the officials. The controllers of Magical Illusion mock Barefoot, enjoying the chaos. Even as Barefoot makes an effort to score, the opponent blocks the camera and uses more tricks to gain an unfair advantage. Frustrated, Myth retaliates by hitting one of the players. Meanwhile, Isaac tends to Satellite's injury. To adapt, Sean suggests a long-run strategy to wear down the opposing team. But the injuries keep piling up. Nucleus is next. Isaac decides it's time to strike back, not with dirty tactics, but smart play. He gives Myth a new plan, and once executed, it finally draws a warning from the referee against Magical Illusion. The controllers cheer, thinking they've gotten away with it. But the two strange magic-wielding opponents aren't done. They unleash a bizarre trick that causes the ball to vanish from Barefoot's control once again. Team Barefoot enters a chaotic match against Team Magical Illusion, led by Captain Kylan. Using robotic decoys and holograms, Kylan floods the field with fake footballs. The electronic referee, fooled by the tech, misses blatant fouls, letting Magical Illusion break the rules without consequences. The deception overwhelms Barefoot. Their plays collapse, passes are stolen, and the team's morale crumbles. Just when defeat feels inevitable, a mysterious new player named Shadow joins Barefoot. Calm, capable, and strangely composed, he instantly changes the game's tempo. Shadow identifies the illusion tactic and teaches the team how to spot the real ball by watching how it bounces and reacts on the field. Working with Myth, Shadow cuts through the chaos, forcing Magical Illusion to retreat. The team adapts, calling out the real ball, exposing fouls, and restoring their rhythm. When Shadow sets up a brilliant pass, Myth scores, and the crowd erupts. Confidence returns, but Kylan isn't done yet. He's already planning his next move. Fresh off their victory, Team Barefoot now faces a cold, calculated force. Team Sura, led by Nicholas, nicknamed the Demon. From the first whistle, Nicholas dominates. He tears through defenses, predicts every move, and strikes with mechanical precision. No Barefoot player has ever seen anything like him. Team Barefoot struggles just to touch the ball. Nicholas doesn't just play the game, he controls it. The team realizes that raw talent and spirit won't be enough anymore. Their coach begins observing Nicholas carefully, looking for a crack in the demon's armor. Although this episode doesn't see Barefoot claim victory, it marks a turning point. Strategy must now evolve. The stakes are rising, and so must their game. As the match against Team Sura continues, Barefoot introduces a new ally, Reader. Calm and analytical, Reader has the rare ability to predict his opponent's next move with uncanny precision. He breaks down Team Sura's gameplay in real time, helping Barefoot intercept passes and dismantle Sura's strategies. Under the stadium lights and roaring crowd, Barefoot finds new unity and purpose. Sura struggles to adapt, and Reader's insight becomes a weapon. For the first time, the playing field evens out. The underdogs now have the upper hand, not through strength, but through sharp thinking and teamwork. After everything in the episode is done, Team Barefoot is now on equal footing with Reader's help. As soon as the match starts, the two teams try their hardest to be the first to win. The clash between Team Barefoot and Team Sura has escalated into a brutal showdown of willpower, strategy, and raw skill. The spotlight is on the Roaring Flame Strike, a devastating technique capable of breaking through even the toughest defenses. Right at kickoff, Team Sura's captain Nicholas unleashes his version of the Roaring Flame Strike. It's a violent blast of power that tears through the arena like a missile. Each shot is so fast, Barefoot's players struggle just to track the ball, let alone block it. Nicholas isn't just strong, he's cold, calculated, and relentless. He plays not just to win, but to intimidate, turning fear into his greatest weapon. Meanwhile, Myth from Team Barefoot is buckling under pressure. If Nicholas's strike really is unstoppable, then victory feels impossible. But rather than letting fear consume him, Myth taps into everything he's learned about himself, his team, and the spirit behind the Roaring Flame Strike. He redefines the move using his own speed, precision, and resolve. When Myth launches his version of the Roaring Flame Strike, the stadium erupts. His shot collides with Nicholas's in midair, creating a massive shockwave that mirrors their clashing ideals. Nicholas, cold and dominant; Myth, passionate and united. Where Nicholas stands alone, Myth leans on teamwork. And that difference becomes clear. As Barefoot starts reading Sura's plays and fighting back, their unity gives them a renewed edge. The battle intensifies between Myth and Nicholas, and both teams feel the pressure as Barefoot faces off against a powerhouse. Team Sura starts strong. Nicholas is in total control, haunting Barefoot's best players with a flurry of near unblockable Roaring Flame strikes. His technique is fierce and unrelenting, keeping Barefoot on the back foot throughout the first half. But Myth refuses to break. Pushed to his limits, he recalls his training, the lessons of timing, focus, and passion. With encouragement from his team, Myth creates his own refined version of the Roaring Flame Strike. When it clashes with Nicholas's shot mid-air, the impact is explosive, stopping the match for a split second. It's more than just a collision, it's a clash of values. Myth now understands Nicholas on a deeper level. For Nicholas, it's not just about winning, it's about breaking his enemies. That revelation empowers Myth to approach the game with clarity, relying on collaboration over brute force. As Barefoot starts working together, they begin to unravel Sura's aggressive playstyle. Nicholas grows frustrated, losing control of the match. His anger bleeds through, the same rage that earned him the nickname Angry Demon. With momentum on their side, Barefoot gears up to take the match in a thrilling direction. With Isaac leading the charge, Team Barefoot takes on the infamous Team Sura, a squad known for its clone players in the terrifying Sura Devil formation. As both teams enter the arena, the crowd holds its breath. Among Sura's roster are Dark Myth and Dark Swift, twisted replicas of Barefoot's top players. These clones mirror their originals almost perfectly, blocking attacks with terrifying accuracy. Strategy is key, and Barefoot quickly realizes they'll need more than instinct to win this one. As the match unfolds, Barefoot is forced into defense. Every move is anticipated. That's when Isaac remembers the human-robot merge, a rare synchronization where player and controller combine their power for enhanced performance. Trust becomes the key. Isaac and his teammates attempt the merge, diving deep into the mechanics of control, button mapping, and emotional focus. The hard work pays off. With renewed strength, they breach Sura's defense and score a crucial goal. A sudden twist rocks the stadium. Isaac arrives but is sidelined by a pounding headache. Team Barefoot now has only 4 players, and the pressure is brutal. Waiting on the field is the Sura Devil formation, powered by clone versions of Barefoot's own team. These duplicates aren't just lookalikes, they mimic movements and strategies perfectly, neutralizing Barefoot's usual plays. But from this chaos, a new leader rises. Sean steps up. Once a background player, he takes charge with boundless energy and laser-sharp awareness. He directs his teammates, breaks past the defense, and keeps scoring despite the odds. The crowd soon dubs him the scoring machine. Faced with mirror opponents and overwhelming pressure, Barefoot again turns to the human-robot merge. Though it's exhausting and difficult to master, it opens new doors. Each player merges in their own way, enhancing their game and chipping away at Sura's control. Sean's leadership stands tall, he commands like a captain, motivates like a friend. Raul also shines, using fast passes, clever dribbles, and clinical shots to break open Sura's line. The match is neck and neck. Fatigue sets in, but neither side is backing down. The outcome is uncertain, and the championship hangs in the balance. The battle continues, and Team Sura unveils a brutal new tactic, the Normandy formation. It's a relentless group assault strategy built to overwhelm any defense. With Isaac still out, Sean continues to lead Barefoot's offense. His agility and quick reflexes let him slip past even Sura's toughest defenders. But this isn't a solo mission. The entire Barefoot team works together, adapting on the fly and countering the Normandy formation with clever plays and synchronized effort. The game isn't just physical anymore, it's a mental war. Barefoot realizes that strength alone won't win this. They rely on discipline, trust, and shared instincts to push back. Both teams earn the crowd's admiration, not just for their skills, but for their unshakable will. The match is full of twists and turns, and the semi-final still isn't over. The tension builds, and the next episode will decide it all. The match against Team Sura is still locked in a deadlock. Their formidable Normandy formation, with its relentless attacks and structured defense, leaves Team Barefoot scrambling for answers. Every attempt to break through ends in frustration. Despite the struggle, Barefoot doesn't back down. They keep pressing, hunting for the slightest opening. But nothing sticks until Isaac returns. Still recovering from a pounding headache, Isaac steps back onto the field. His presence alone lifts the entire squad's morale, bringing their full roster back to 11. Energized, Team Barefoot begins shifting tactics, adapting to the Normandy formation. The turning point comes when Isaac leads the team in a human-robot merge, syncing mind and machine to unlock new abilities. Using this edge, they finally exploit a weakness in Team Sura's strategy and score a crucial goal. As the clock ticks down, both teams pour everything into the match, and when the final whistle blows, the intense semifinal clash ends. But the battle of willpower and strategy leaves its mark. With Isaac back in play, Team Barefoot refocuses and prepares to go all out against the unyielding Normandy formation. The match resumes with neither side willing to give an inch. Every move is calculated, every play countered. Realizing they need to take a risk, Isaac initiates a bold offensive, pushing the entire team forward in an aggressive assault. The move leaves their defense exposed but sends a clear message: Barefoot is here to win. As the game heats up, players like Sean, Swift, Titan, and Satellite showcase incredible teamwork. Their coordination and the use of the human-robot merge elevate the game, allowing them to pull off intricate plays with near superhuman precision. But the pressure is immense. Fatigue creeps in. The stakes rise. Every second tests their endurance and unity. Through all the highs and lows, Team Barefoot stays in the fight, refusing to fall. And just when it looks impossible, hope sparks again. Episode 26. With everything on the line, Myth charges forward. He launches a flaming shot, goal. Team Barefoot clinches victory and earns a place in the finals. Jubilation follows, but it doesn't last long. In the middle of celebrations, Sean, the heart of the team, announces he's leaving. His sudden exit stuns everyone, overshadowing the win. Confusion, sadness, and disbelief ripple through the squad. The episode shifts focus to the aftermath. The team reflects on everything they've endured, the bonds they've built, and the changes ahead. Sean's decision isn't random. It's driven by personal growth, responsibility, and his search for purpose. Team Barefoot must now prepare for the biggest match of their lives, without one of their strongest players. But even in his absence, Sean's presence lingers, in memories, in moments, and in the silent promise of friendship. The finals await, and Team Barefoot sets off for the tournament's grand stage. Excitement and nerves fill the air. This is the final chapter in their journey. On the road, they reminisce about past matches, recalling defining moments, struggles, and triumphs. These shared memories deepen their bond and fuel their resolve. Isaac leads the team in analyzing their final opponents, Team Demons, a ruthless powerhouse with a brutal style. In a surprising moment, Sean shares Shadow's backstory, revealing how the demons once cost him an eye. The rivalry isn't just about football anymore, it's personal. As they reach the stadium, the sheer scale of the event stuns them. The crowd, the lights, the media, it all feels surreal. But they know one thing: they've earned this. Practice begins, and with it, the team sets its sights on the final showdown. The final match kicks off, and it's brutal. Team Demons opens with their signature move, Demon Blitz, a lightning-fast assault meant to break opponents before they even settle in. Barefoot is rattled, conceding an early goal. Doubt creeps in, but Isaac remains composed. He rallies his team, urging them to communicate and trust one another. Backed by flashbacks showing his growth, Isaac emerges as both strategist and motivator. He re-engages the human-robot merge, moving with sharpened precision and guiding the team's counterattack. The rest respond in kind. Swift, Titan, and Satellite rise to the challenge, and Barefoot's offense finally pushes back. But the true highlight is the one-on-one duel between Isaac and the Demon's Captain, a monstrous opponent who embodies mechanical strength. In this battle of humanity versus machine, Isaac's intuition and agility shine. His victory over the Captain shifts the momentum. The clock winds down. The teams trade blows, both refusing to give an inch. With the match hanging by a thread, Barefoot begins one last push, led by Isaac. The stadium roars as both teams prepare for the climax. Team Demons, though undefeated, remain wary. They know Barefoot has something no algorithm can predict: heart. Isaac takes full command of the field. His decisions are sharp, his movements precise. Beside him, Nile adapts quickly, reinforcing their tactical response to every demon's attack. Through layered flashbacks, we see Isaac's journey, once hesitant, now a true leader. The demon rampage shakes the field, but Barefoot meets it head-on, merging robot and human strength to execute mind-blowing plays. One final duel pits Isaac against the demon's captain again. The battle is intense, pushing both to their limits. But Isaac's brilliance gives Barefoot a narrow edge. The team's emotional and mental toll becomes a theme. Doubt, exhaustion, fear, they feel it all. But what binds them is trust. In the final stretch, Isaac devises a daring last play. Everything will ride on this moment. As the game reaches its end, tension peaks. The final shot is underway, but the outcome, still unknown. The semifinal match begins, and Team Barefoot squares off against their fiercest opponent yet, Wolf Army. Known for their brute strength and relentless tactics, Wolf Army immediately sets the tone with heavy tackles and aggressive plays. Barefoot struggles to match their intensity. The pressure is suffocating, and cracks begin to show. Isaac, weighed down by pressure and guilt, can't find his rhythm. Myth attempts to steady the ship with clever plays, but coordination breaks down. Wolf Army capitalizes on the chaos and scores early using sheer force. Barefoot reels, both physically and emotionally. The match grows increasingly volatile. Satellite begins taking risky plays, forcing Taylor and Sean to shore up the defense as midfield control slips away. But amid the tension, Isaac remembers why they're here, what they've built, what they believe in. With renewed clarity, he calls out to his team. They're not just here to win. They're playing for each other, for everyone who ever believed in them. The energy shifts. Barefoot begins to click. Isaac and Myth start combining fluidly. Taylor and Sean ramp up their efforts. Satellite breaks through midfield, delivering a long pass to Isaac. Myth dodges two defenders and fires a goal. The crowd erupts. The score is tied, and so is the momentum. The game grinds on, and the battle remains intense. Wolf Army sticks to their brutal formula, pushing Barefoot to the edge. But in the end, Barefoot falls short. The loss stings, morale plummets. Then Isaac sees someone in the stands, his father, Dr. Coleman. For a moment, the world stops. His mother's eyes meet his, and suddenly, everything clicks into place. Isaac and Dr. Coleman share a brief but heartfelt exchange. Dr. Coleman admits that secrecy around the GGO project kept him away. He recognizes Isaac's growth and resilience. For Isaac, the encounter is an emotional reset. That spark reignites something inside him. He refocuses on what matters, his team. With a captain's fire, he lifts their spirits. The team regains their rhythm and unity. Their bond is stronger than before, and they're ready to rise again. The final battle begins. Wolf Army storms the field with calculated aggression, their formation sharp and their attacks fierce. They waste no time, targeting Isaac and Sean, pounding Titan's goal with heavy shots. But Barefoot doesn't panic. They observe and adapt. Isaac quickly spots a flaw. Wolf Army is strong, but predictable. So Barefoot changes tactics. They introduce misdirection, fakes, quick triangular passes, unexpected movements. It works. Sean dances through defenders, Swift stretches the field, and Satellite pounces on every loose ball. Midway through the first half, a masterpiece unfolds as Barefoot tiki-taka and tight possession wins them goal, and Barefoot takes the lead. With confidence restored, Barefoot plays bolder, tighter. Wolf Army pushes harder, but their frustration begins to show. They send in more attackers, but Titan holds the line with stellar saves. The final whistle blows, and with that the referee announces that Barefoot wins the match, becoming World Tournament champions. The team embraces, overwhelmed with pride and relief. Isaac's journey comes full circle, from underdog to tactical genius and true leader. The celebrations continue. Fans flood the streets. Team Barefoot basks in the glory of their hard-fought victory. Once the holidays pass, they take the next step, visiting the new headquarters of their sponsor. It's more than just a building. It's a symbol of how far they've come. Outfitted with state-of-the-art systems tailored for GGO football, the new facility becomes the launch pad for their future. Team Barefoot tours GGO headquarters, where the future of AI football is forged. They explore the labs where robotic players are coded, trained, and calibrated. From advanced electronics to evolving algorithms, they witness how deeply science drives the game they love. Inside the futuristic stadium, software tracks player stats in real time, delivering insights that guide every match. The control room reveals how data is used to analyze and elevate performance. The tour ends with a relaxed team evening at Sean's house. Off the field, they bond deeper, and that closeness, that chemistry, they know it gives them the edge. Then news breaks. A new tournament is on the horizon, which is bigger and tougher than anything they have ever faced. The international stage awaits. Barefoot faces Team Samba, champions from South Africa, masters of coordinated AI football. From the start, Samba takes control. Their footwork and teamwork are flawless. Barefoot's old tricks like the roaring flame strike fail against Samba's ironclad defense. Confidence starts to slip. Amid the storm, Isaac wrestles with doubt. Flashbacks show his journey, his setbacks, his growth, his relentless drive. But he doesn't give in and adapts. He calls for a tactical shift. Barefoot switches formations, mixes up lineups, and targets Samba's weak spots with quick, unpredictable plays. The game becomes a chess match full of sudden moves and counterattacks. This game is no longer about just skill. It's about evolution, and Barefoot proves they can pivot, they can learn, they can grow. And as the match heats up, it's clear this tournament isn't just about who's the best. It's about who can become better. After a shocking loss, the young riders face Team Samba with renewed determination. They realize their current team can't match the top international squads, so they start crafting new strategies. Team Barefoot pushes hard in practice, working to fight better together. But rival attackers outpace them in speed and creativity. Sean feels the weight of a critical moment in his life. For the first time, he swaps Satellite, the usual striker, for Swift, whose style is fast and unpredictable. Swift's arrival sparks energy, and for a brief moment, it seems like things might improve. Carl, however, resents this sudden change. He worries it disrupts their teamwork and causes unnecessary division. His anger boils over, and he storms off the field and out of the stadium. Falco's unexpected exit shocks both teammates and fans. The squad is torn between strategy and loyalty, caught in a clash that threatens their unity. Isaac struggles to manage the fallout. As the team leader, he feels pressure mounting but tries to keep everyone calm. Both on and off the field, the cracks in the team start to show. No clear answers come, but one truth stands out. Team Barefoot must rebuild trust and rediscover the bond that once held them together if they want to rise. Team Barefoot's recent win exposed flaws in their game. Dr. Coleman joins, bringing a fresh strategy focused on flexibility, cooperation, and playing to each member's strengths. The team faces tough training sessions that test body and mind. They refine their strategies, boost communication, and learn to maximize their AI footballers' abilities. Dr. Coleman shapes a stronger sense of teamwork. Through working with Coleman and his teammates, Isaac grows as a leader, gaining insight into trust and collaboration. Prepared with new tactics and confidence, Team Barefoot is ready for the challenges ahead. Facing pressure, they match Team Samba's strength, learning valuable lessons that fuel their motivation. Team Barefoot reviews their last match against Team Samba, questioning if their strategies truly fit. Swift's sudden hospitalization for surgery adds to their struggle. Despite this, the team remains focused and driven, earning pride from Mr. Glance and Swift. Isaac steps up in leadership, working closely with Dr. Coleman to craft an adaptable plan that highlights each player's talents. Isaac's deep understanding of AI football helps him develop tactics to challenge their opponents. In the next game, Team Barefoot demonstrates growth. Their new style relies on quick passes, coordinated moves, and exploiting gaps in the rival defense. Isaac's skillful support lifts team morale. Stronger trust and connection emerge on the field, fueled by lessons learned from past setbacks. Staying calm under pressure and making fast decisions keep their momentum. They pull off a hard-fought victory, boosting spirits and proving their potential as a unit. Meanwhile, Carl reconsiders his earlier doubts about unity, seeing the team's care for Swift during recovery as proof of their shared commitment. The match intensifies. Coaches start to panic, but Isaac stays composed, urging everyone to stick to their plan. Team Titan targets Barefoot's key players, Satellite and Titan, trying to isolate and neutralize them. With the main playmaker and defender marked out, Isaac adapts. He redistributes roles, encouraging Sean and Taylor to step up in attack and defense, breaking Titan's containment. Isaac reads the game expertly, spotting patterns in Titan's defense. He calls for quick, short passes and sudden pace changes to exploit tiny openings. This strategy gradually wears down the opposition. A pivotal moment comes when Isaac fakes out multiple defenders, setting Myth up for a perfect through ball and a crucial goal. Isaac's calm focus inspires his teammates, helping them stay united and resilient. The long-anticipated match against Team Argentina begins. Known for their swift, aggressive play, Argentina immediately presses with rapid passes and relentless attacks designed to break Barefoot's formation. Argentina targets the flanks, using fast wingers to stretch Barefoot's defense. Their agile forwards constantly test the backline's coordination. Isaac quickly assesses the threat and tightens Barefoot's formation to minimize space. He emphasizes possession control and tempo management to disrupt Argentina's flow. He directs Satellite to fall back into midfield, aiding ball distribution and defense. Sean and Taylor stay alert, marking Argentina's wingers closely. Midway through, Isaac spots a pattern. Argentina pushes many players forward, leaving their defense exposed. He leads a swift counterattack. Myth receives a through ball, outruns defenders, and scores, leveling the game. This goal shifts momentum. Isaac keeps exploiting gaps, encouraging quick transitions and flank attacks. The team's adaptability shines as they meet Argentina's intensity with smart, coordinated play. Isaac's steady leadership under pressure boosts team morale, inspiring confidence and determination throughout the match. Team Barefoot continues their intense showdown with Team Argentina in GGO football. Having learned from previous matches, Barefoot adapts to Argentina's signature Rose Stings attack by tightening their defense and disrupting their opponent's flow. When Argentina rushes forward, Barefoot responds with creative and precise plays that showcase their teamwork and flexibility. Isaac leads with a clever sequence of tricks, scoring a goal that perfectly embodies the spirit of the match and boosts the team's confidence. This episode highlights how creativity and self-belief are key to overcoming even the toughest rivals. After a major malfunction in a prior game, Swift undergoes a full upgrade, including a new central processing unit, the Central Heart, to boost agility and decision-making. The team eagerly welcomes the enhanced Swift back onto the field, curious about how it will mesh with their style. Meanwhile, Sean, a vital player, unexpectedly announces his departure from Team Barefoot to explore new opportunities in AI football. His farewell is emotional, with teammates sharing memories and gratitude. Sean's exit marks a turning point, pushing the team to adjust quickly. Isaac steps up as captain to keep morale high, encouraging the team to embrace change as a path to growth. With Sean gone, Team Barefoot faces a new challenge. They don't have the full 5 players needed to compete. Urgently, they bring in a new 6th member, whose unique skills require the team to rethink roles and strategies. While some players are excited, others find the transition difficult. As captain, Isaac plays a crucial role in welcoming the newcomer, guiding the team through changes, and reshaping their game plan. Through intensive training focused on communication, trust, and cooperation, the team works hard to bond and build unity, showing their determination to remain strong and competitive. Facing Team Birds of Japan, known for their swift, aerial style, Team Barefoot struggles early on. The Birds use their signature Falcon gliding pass to outmaneuver Barefoot, who plays with fewer players and disorganized lines, falling behind quickly. The new player, Oscar, tries to imitate Sean's style, believing it will fix the team's problems. But this leads to mistakes since it doesn't fit his natural instincts. This causes tension and weakens team dynamics. Isaac recognizes the issue and pauses the game plan to encourage everyone to play true to themselves. He inspires Oscar to embrace his own strengths and devises a new formation that counters the Birds' aerial attacks by tightening midfield control and using zonal marking. This strategy allows Barefoot to regain control and mount successful counterattacks. Oscar's confidence grows, inspiring the whole team to improve and score, narrowing the score gap. The match between Team Barefoot and the Birds of Japan grows even more intense. The Birds relentlessly use their signature Falcon gliding pass, launching rapid, unpredictable aerial attacks that test Barefoot's defense. Shadow, Barefoot's reliable goalkeeper, starts to falter under the pressure. His confidence wavers. He misses saves he would normally make, hesitates on crucial moments, and communication with defenders breaks down. The defense begins to crack. Recognizing the problem, Isaac calls a timeout and delivers a heartfelt message to Shadow. He reminds him that the team's strength lies not in perfection, but in trust and resilience. With Isaac's encouragement and the support of the whole team, Shadow regains his confidence. When the game resumes, Shadow moves decisively, calls out to his teammates, and makes key saves that lift the team's spirits. With Shadow back in form and Oscar settling into his true role, Team Barefoot steadies itself and begins to hold their ground. The fierce battle continues as Team Barefoot faces unyielding pressure from the Birds' tactical aerial plays. Oscar still struggles, trying to mimic Sean's style but causing missteps and disrupting the team's rhythm. Isaac calls another timeout, urging Oscar to embrace his own strengths instead of imitation. We're focused and motivated. Team Barefoot adjusts their formation and strategy to counter the Birds' advantage. Oscar plays more confidently, contributing in his own way, and the team's trust and coordination improve. The match tightens, showcasing Barefoot's resilience and growth. Meanwhile, Isaac senses something off about the tournament. He notices subtle signs that some teams receive preferential treatment, while others face unfair obstacles. Suspecting corruption, Isaac and the team quietly investigate. They uncover evidence of match fixing and collusion designed to rig outcomes in favor of select teams, threatening the tournament's integrity. Despite the grim discovery, Team Barefoot refuses to back down. They confront the organizers with proof, demanding justice. Their courage inspires other teams to resist corruption and fight to restore fairness in GGO football. Team Barefoot's suspicions deepen as they gather more evidence of unfair practices by tournament officials. They find that some teams benefit from biased refereeing and that the entire competition's fairness is compromised. This revelation jeopardizes Barefoot's chances and shakes the GGO community's trust. Undeterred, Barefoot stands firm. They publicly challenge the organizers with their evidence and call for accountability. Their bravery sparks a movement among other teams, rallying the entire tournament toward cleansing corruption and upholding the spirit of true competition. New mysteries unfold as Team Barefoot receives unusual gifts from Dr. Coleman, whistling wheels and a mysterious pendant, hinting at deeper secrets tied to the Sanya Kingdom. Soon, Barefoot learns their next opponent will be Team Sura, representing the enigmatic kingdom. The match starts fiercely, and Barefoot quickly demonstrates their scoring ability. However, Team Sura's players conceal their faces behind masks, making them almost unrecognizable. This secrecy challenges Barefoot to anticipate unpredictable tactics, raising questions about the Sanya Kingdom's true role in GGO football and setting the stage for future revelations. The intrigue intensifies as Barefoot confronts Team Sura's masked players. Their secretive identities and unusual playing style add a psychological edge to the match. Team Sura's flawless coordination and mysterious maneuvers suggest a deep shared history or hidden agenda. Barefoot must not only keep up with their physical skill but also navigate the mental games played by their elusive opponents. The episode highlights the increasing complexity and high stakes of the competition, as Barefoot faces challenges both on and off the field. Team Barefoot continues to struggle with Team Sura from the Sanya Kingdom. Team Sura's unusual methods test Barefoot's ability to handle change and stay united. With the scores 3-2, Isaac has no choice but to use his injured player on the field. His teammates object to his decision, but Isaac reminds them that a small injury in the left foot doesn't mean anything in a life and death situation. Unfortunately, the player doesn't do much for them, as Team Sura has the perfect counter. In the end, Isaac and the others go over all the moves they have not played during the match. They realize that just their injured player has a dribbling attack that can change the course of battle. Yet, Isaac gives Carl the green signal to use his robot's abilities to the fullest. At that moment, his robot activates his power to swiftly pass through the defenders and reach the penalty area. Unfortunately, this put extra strain on his left foot, causing it to explode while he runs. Not only that, the imbalance created by his left foot doesn't allow the player to score a goal. In the end, the authorities move the player out of the field, meaning Barefoot has to play at a one-player disadvantage. Still, Isaac doesn't give up on the match. He decides they will play defensive until the first half ends, and hold out until he can repair the robot for the second half. However, Team Sura doesn't let this golden chance slide from the palm of their hands. They use their best attackers to push for an attack. but luckily the referee blows his whistle before their main striker can shoot. During the break time, Isaac uses the gold left leg his father left him to repair the robot. Carl though reminds him he should use that for Myth. However, Isaac says that he needs to do what's best for the team. As the match resumes, the recovered robot uses the extra boost of power from the new leg to run past all the defenders. It gets inside the penalty area to set up the ball for Myth, who then scores a jaw-dropping volley with his dominant leg. Sean unexpectedly rejoins Team Barefoot in the middle of the action after being away earlier. As soon as his plane lands, he inquires about Barefoot's performance in the match. Sean's callback indicates how much friends gain from working toward the same goal. But on the other hand, things start to get ugly once Nicholas goes all out. He orders his robot to launch a frontal attack without passing the ball. Isaac takes advantage of this and decides to counter his foolish moves with Myth's special kick. However, it is something that Nicholas taught his robot to copy as well. In the end, the ball slips from their feet and goes straight to the Barefoot's goalkeeper. The robot immediately creates a shield to stop the attack, but it is not enough to keep them from scoring another goal. The fierce battle between Team Barefoot and the confident, masked Team Sura reaches a critical point. Nicholas, leader of Team Sura, momentarily forgets their original mission to study Barefoot's skills, instead focusing solely on victory. Confident in their Sura battle formation, Nicholas believes it will decisively eliminate Barefoot from the tournament. Team Sura's main strikers launch a lightning-fast counterattack, culminating in their devastating Sura Roaring Flame Strike. This powerful, coordinated assault shocks Team Barefoot and forces them into a desperate defense. In the chaos, Barefoot's goalkeeper fouls a Sura player inside the penalty box and suffers an injury at the worst possible moment. With only 3 Barefoot players left on the field, commentators debate whether Nicholas should end the match early. Chad urges surrender, but Isaac refuses to give up, determined to hold their heads high regardless of the outcome. Just as things look bleak, Sean, long absent from the team, returns to aid his friends. The crowd holds its breath as Sean prepares to face a penalty shot. Using his unique insight, Sean instructs his goalie to watch the player's positioning, not the ball, allowing him to predict the shot's direction and make a stunning save. Reintegrated smoothly into the team, Sean coordinates with Isaac. Sean focuses on defense, while Isaac leads the attack. However, breaking through Sura's tight formation remains tough. Thinking quickly, Sean devises a plan to use Myth and number 7 as decoys, creating a critical opening. The strategy works perfectly. Sean's player breaks through and scores after a powerful strike injures the opposing goalkeeper. Nicholas grows desperate, now facing 2 injured players and an even score line. Suddenly, an accomplice in the stands reveals he's been copying Barefoot's data all along and unleashes dark versions of Barefoot's players as substitutes for Team Sura. Though initially ineffective, these clones quickly become a threat, stealing the ball and launching attacks. Sean realizes stopping these attacks means anticipating every move. He commands his goalkeeper to activate a secret, hidden technique, willing to risk physical strain to keep the goal safe. In a stunning move, Barefoot's goalkeeper abandons the goal to better predict the ball's path. Though the ball slips from his grasp, he miraculously recovers to save a near-certain goal, leaving both teams and spectators in shock. With the score tied, Isaac urges an all-out attack, but Sean insists on a defensive strategy for the remaining 3 minutes. Isaac argues it's nearly impossible to score in the last moments, but trusts Sean's superior judgment. Team Barefoot begins maintaining possession, passing carefully to run down the clock. Nicholas, growing impatient, commands his players to aggressively pressure Barefoot and force turnovers. Despite intense counterattacks, Sean's goalie repeatedly thwarts shots, but it soon becomes clear something's wrong. Sean reveals that the secret technique used to save the earlier strike has temporarily blinded their goalkeeper, a costly but necessary sacrifice developed during his training in Germany. Nicholas quickly senses Barefoot's weakness and orders an all-out offensive, telling his players to shoot from anywhere. This relentless assault forces Barefoot back on defense, but Myth and the others hold firm. Amidst the chaos, Barefoot concedes a dangerous free kick near their penalty box. Just as the referee prepares to resume play, Isaac receives a cryptic call from his father, Dr. Stan. Their rival has been using an illegal technique to clone Barefoot's special moves. However, Isaac's father encourages him to focus on his bond with Myth and to transcend mere technology. His final words, "Everything Isaac needs has always been right beside him." Motivated by his father's wisdom and the team's unwavering spirit, Isaac quickly devises a new plan. He orders Myth to advance with the ball and score the winning goal. As the match reaches its climax, both teams unleash their strongest strategies, pushing their AIs to the limit. Through unity, creativity, and sheer will, Team Barefoot fights to overcome the greatest challenge yet, and secure an honest victory over Team Sura. That's it for today, my fellow men of culture. Like and subscribe the channel for more plot-filled recaps.